We start off 5 years back with professional diver Jonas Taylor, played by Jason Statham, on a mission to save a group of divers trapped in a wrecked submarine. He manages to rescue some of them, including Dr. Heller, but things get intense when an unknown force starts attacking the sub. Despite Heller's objections, Jonas makes the tough call to leave the sub behind to save their lives. They escape just in time as the force obliterates the sub and vanishes. Fast forward to the present day at Mana 1, an underwater research facility near China's coast. The place is buzzing with activity, led by scientists Jack Morris and Dr. Minwei Zhang, with Zhang's daughter Suyin overseeing things. The crew includes remote explorer DJ, Jax Hurd, Dr. Heller, Mac, Celeste, Toshi, and The Wall. They're running an experiment involving a mysterious hydrogen near the ocean floor, using a sub piloted by Celeste, Tosh, and The Wall to explore the depths. Initially, everything seems fine, but things take a wild turn when the trio in the sub is attacked by a massive and swift creature. The attack leaves them stranded and cuts off their communication with Mana 1. They struggle to regain power, but another attack leaves Celeste injured with a screwdriver to her stomach. After much back and forth, the crew decides to reach out to Jonas for help. Jonas has a reputation for rescuing people from the dangerous depths, which is exactly what they need. However, Dr. Heller isn't on board with this plan. He thinks Jonas lost it after his traumatic experience 5 years ago and dismisses Jonas' claims about the attacking force. Despite Heller's skepticism, the crew decides to follow through with Mac's suggestion and brings Jonas in for the rescue. And that's where the plan kicks off. Jonas isn't in the best shape when we catch up with him, hanging out at a Thai bar and drowning his troubles with regular drinks. He's also been rubbing local boat owners the wrong way by ignoring their requests to fix their boats. Enter Mac and Dr. Zhang, who pay Jonas a visit in his room. Initially, Jonas tries to wriggle out of the situation by offering them drinks and preemptively dismissing any talk of money. But eventually, he caves in and agrees to lend a hand. Meanwhile, shortly after Jonas arrives, Suyin takes matters into her own hands and attempts to rescue the trapped crew using a mini-sub. Jonas rushes after her to offer assistance, but before heading out, he makes a heartfelt promise to Suyin's young daughter, Meiying, that he'll ensure her mother's safe return. Suyin locates the stranded sub and starts the process of bringing it back to the surface when a massive squid suddenly attacks. The creature responsible for the previous assault, a colossal prehistoric shark known as a megalodon, makes its appearance. This monstrous 75-foot-long shark, the same one Jonas faced off against 5 years earlier, verifies his claims of the prior attack and proves he's not just spinning tales. In a gripping turn of events, Jonas momentarily distracts the megalodon with flares, allowing Suyin to escape to the surface. He successfully rescues Celeste and The Wall, but the shark returns for another assault. In a brave move, Toshi sacrifices himself to give the others a chance to escape. He leaves a farewell letter to his wife, safely stowed in The Wall's pocket. Later, Heller acknowledges his error and apologizes to Jonas for doubting his claims about the horrifying threat. However, the crisis isn't over. The destruction of the sub creates a temporary upsurge of heat, allowing the shark to move into regular ocean waters. While discussions unfold and Jonas contemplates leaving, Meiying plays with an RC ball in the corridors, only to be startled by the sudden appearance of the shark. The shark attempts to breach the hull but fails, retreating after killing a whale. The group decides on a plan to track and poison the shark using a small boat. Their initial attempt succeeds with Jonas shooting a tracker onto the shark's fin and reeling it in just in time to avoid becoming the shark's meal. Suyin enters a plastic tank to administer poison while the others lure the shark with chum. An intense confrontation ensues as the shark tries to engulf the cage containing Suyin. Although Suyin manages to poison the shark, her mask breaks, and she faces near drowning. Jonas leaps in to rescue her, and they narrowly avoid becoming shark food. Thankfully, the poison takes effect, and the shark meets its demise. Jonas brings Suyin back aboard, and they manage to revive her. After the initial celebration of their victory, the crew indulges in taking photos with The Wall and the smaller megalodon's corpse. However, a prank from DJ leads to The Wall falling into the water. Jonas, with a sharp eye, notices that the teeth of this megalodon are smaller than the previous one they killed. It becomes evident that they've killed a younger, smaller megalodon. Suddenly, the larger megalodon they encountered earlier reappears. It swallows the wall hole and snatches the smaller megalodon's corpse off the boat using its teeth. This chaotic turn of events capsizes the boat, resulting in severe injuries to Dr. Zhang. The larger shark returns, targeting Jax. In a selfless act, Heller distracts the shark, sacrificing himself to save Jax. The surviving crew escapes using motorboats, and Morris calls for helicopter support to repel the shark successfully. However, Dr. Zhang succumbs to his injuries in the boat, sharing tearful prideful last words with his daughter. Later that night, Morris reveals to the crew that Mana 1 is shutting down, and authorities from multiple Asian countries are involved in handling the shark situation. Unbeknownst to the crew, Morris is lying, having arranged minor military assistance to eliminate the shark using depth charges dropped from helicopters. During this misguided operation, they accidentally blow up and kill a whale, attracting regular sharks, and later the megalodon, to feed on the carcass. Morris ends up getting consumed by the shark after falling off the boat while attempting to escape. The crew learns that the shark is headed for a popular beach in China. They devise a plan to lead the shark away from the beach using whale noise recordings and then target it with torpedoes from the mini-subs. Initially, the shark attacks a Chinese wedding party on another boat, possibly swallowing the bride's dog Pippin. The shark briefly terrifies the locals at the beach but is lured away by the whale noises. A tense chase ensues between Jonas and the shark. Suyin manages to hit the shark with a torpedo, but it proves ineffective. To complicate matters, Jonas' torpedo fails to launch. In the midst of the chaos, news helicopters crash into each other and the wreckage lands on the team's boat, forcing them into the water. Suyin assists the others, while Jonas takes on the shark head-on. He slices the shark's underbelly open with the sub and then stabs it through the eye, inflicting a mortal wound. Regular sharks swarm in to finish it off, ultimately ending the threat. With the danger vanquished, the crew regroups on a boat from a Chinese wedding party, which even includes Pippin the dog, alive and well. The movie suggests that Jonas and Suyin have developed a romantic connection, subtly hinted at earlier. The film concludes with a celebratory scene, signifying their victory, and the oceans are now safe once again. We will return for part 2. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Feel free to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Take care and catch you later.